What am I laughing about? Well, I'm executing what I teach. This is called winning with humor. And welcome, everyone. I'm Craig Shoemaker. I'm so excited to share the 5 life shifts with you today. After our time together, you will know how you can overcome stress, overwhelm, and imposter syndrome, all by winning with humor. We have a lot to get through in the next 30 minutes, so you're going to hear stuff you never heard before. Now grab a pencil. Most people our age still have pencils and pens or write on something, whatever it is. Stick with me till the end because I have a major announcement for you. Now, who is this for? People who are estranged from a family member or a friend. You're not talking for a while, whatever it is. Executives, entrepreneurs, people are sick and tired of not living to their full potential. Anyone's looking to have better communication with your spouse, your children, colleagues, friends. If you lack confidence, you want to feel better physically, emotionally, and mentally, well, then this is for you. In the next 30 minutes, I'm going to share with you the 5 major life shifts so you can build strong and healthy relationships, have total confidence in yourself, use humor to live a more fulfilled life, eliminate imposter syndrome once and for all, have total confidence in social situations and gatherings. You could be organically magnetizing people to enhance your life. They will be drawn to you. This is my promise to you. By the end of this time together, you will see that having a fulfilled and positive life you always desired can become a reality. I'm going to show you how to create the life you truly want and desire. Who am I? Some of you might know me, some of you don't. I've had a long career in show business, mostly as a stand-up comedian. I was named Comedian of the Year at American Comedy Awards, Netflix specials, all the credits you see there. I'm really not into credits, but you have to sort of do that for the credibility. Yes, I've been around presidents and regular on Hollywood Squares, mentored a number of comedians and speakers and just people like you. The ultimate highlight for me, though, is I love being a family guy. I dig my children, and I teach them the sense of humor. The same thing I'll be teaching you. I did not start off so happy or so great. My dad left when I was born. I make a joke about it. Something I said, wah, he's gone. And I had a rough go. We didn't have any money. My mom was a single parent and no child support. I thought my dad's name was doesn't pay the child support. And we would move place to place. I actually thought the word evict meant move when I was a kid. Here's the eviction truck, mommy. It was not the best of circumstances. And never had a shower. I was always dipping my head in sinks and the different places we lived, 13 places by the time I was in high school. And all throughout the childhood, I was very, very tiny and bullied, especially going to different neighborhoods. And I was kidnapped when I was 13 years old by a serial pedophile, suicidal, and drug addicted alcohol at a very early age. So life wasn't looking so great. I had to figure out how to survive and thrive. And to do that, I had to come up with some life shifts. I had to overcome this poor me mindset and realize that life didn't happen to me. It happened for me. All obstacles I use in my life, I become resilient and get over them. And how do I do that? Making people laugh. Through laughter, it's a way that we can bond together. I make friends and have a successful career that spanned over 4 decades. I've been doing comedy since high school. That was when I really got the power of humor. Inspiration and transformation. My first dose of inspiration was when I was presenting at a TED Talk and helping people throughout my career all about the healing powers of laughter. It inspires me to bring joy in helping people, other people transform and find happiness and fulfillment. You know how divided we are today? It's pretty obvious. A lot of fighting that's going on. It's the left, it's the right. Everybody's blaming one another. What's going to bring us together? What's going to unify us? The easiest way is do that through humor and laughter. Now, this is not about being a comedian, unless that is something you want. I've certainly mentored a number of comedians. And some of my clients want to do comedy on the side or maybe one time. And some don't want to do it at all. They just want people to come together through relieving the stress through laughter, become more confident. They want to kick that imposter syndrome to the curb and live the best life. Winning with humor is a community. It's about bringing people together through laughter, joy, happiness, all while supporting and encouraging and empowering one another. Now, does this sound like you, the following? Do you clam up under pressure? Do you lack the confidence to make your own decisions? Do you feel awkward in social situations? Do you second guess yourself? Are you losing sales or business opportunities? Are you losing out on promotions or raises? Does this sound like you? Can you relate to any of these, or maybe even all of them? Any one of these have the power to hold you back from living your best life. By consistently implementing the 5 life shifts I'm about to go through, you're going to go from clamming up under pressure to thriving, from lacking confidence to making your own decisions and being a decisive decision maker, from feeling awkward in social situations to being at ease and comfortable. You'll be done second guessing yourself. You'll no longer miss out on sales, business opportunities, relationships, promotions, raises. You'll be able to provide for your family better. These things will no longer hold you back. Do you worry that no matter what you do, you'll always suck at achieving your goals and dreams and they just get left somewhere and on to the next? My hope is after our time together here today, you'll have the comfort in knowing you can actually achieve all of your dreams and make even bigger and better ones. The real problem is you have to make the shift that will allow anything to be possible. Infinite possibility. That's how you'll live. Listening to motivational speakers, I've done it. I'm friends with Tony Robbins. I've been through all of them. They're fantastic. But most of that is you write notes down and never go back to those notes. Let's face it. This is about chipping away and going way down deep underneath the iceberg. We're going to dig down deep and get to the true you. Once you implement these 5 life shifts, you'll laugh at how self-conscious you were. Your imposter syndrome will dissipate. You'll approach life with total confidence. You'll access what I call genuine energy flow. It's the authentic you that's flowing through. And you'll be able to have financial success and success with all your family and your friends. And here's the best part. You'll have fun doing it. In case by now, you probably noticed I am not your typical life coach, and this is not the typical masterclass. This is about fun. And how do you get there? The 5 major life shifts. This is winning with humor and living your best life. These 5 major life shifts, winning with humor, it all began, I would say, probably in the mid-90s. I was pretty cool career, a lot of television shows and so forth. But there was this one moment where I had a deep reflection that kind of changed everything into these shifts. My manager at the time, I said, hey, how come I don't have a sitcom? All my peers had sitcoms. Jerry Seinfeld has one, and Tim Allen, and Ellen DeGeneres, and Drew Carey. I mean, it was endless. Everyone had a sitcom but me. And he said, the reason is the industry says you don't have a point of view. And I got defensive. What do you mean I don't have a point of view? What about Seinfeld? He has a show about nothing. What if my show is about somebody without a point of view? He says, well, you can complain all you want, but that's what the case is. Step back, took a good look, did a lot of digging. And I realized, yeah, indeed, they were not getting the real me. What happened was I took a shift. I took a shift into living my full potential, to really realizing that potency that was inside of me that I was pushing down by being a phony or whatever it was, a fake. And this person, they allowed me to get to that space. And that's what I'm here to share with you. These 5 major life shifts are going to make your life go from to amazing. I'm going to walk you through all 5 of them in this masterclass. Laughter is the best form of persuasion. That is shift number 1. I know you might be thinking, oh, he's a comedian. He's going to give us some pointers on how to tell jokes and be funny. Yes, when you practice these shifts today, you'll feel lighter, less stressed, and you'll probably be funnier. How cool is that? Less serious in your social situations. But there's more to laughter than just that. There are so many benefits to laughter. How many of you heard laughter is the best medicine? But how many go to laughter for their pharmacy? You should. Circulatory system works better. Your brain synapses are free. Your pain relief. It's great for your heart. Your lungs are engaged. It's amazing, but it's a dopamine hit. And it serves you best to relieve the stress when communicating with anyone. And that's how you do it. Do it through laughter and joy and happiness. It brings it down. Laughter is contagious. They say that, right? But so is stress. Laughter allows for genuine energy flow. You can't be stressed or insecure, or depressed when you're laughing. Watch this. Here's a little experiment I do with people I work with. I said, just start laughing for the hell of it. And then say what you are. Like, I'm depressed. I'm filled with anxiety and fear. Yeah. At that moment, they can't exist in the same space, depression, anxiety, while you're laughing. Everything's being engaged in me. And it doesn't matter if you're fake laughing or real laughing. There doesn't have to be a reason for it. This is like an exercise to get into genuine energy flow. Sharing laughter and these moments, it creates what we call in comedy callbacks, like these memories that we have. I have a lot of memories, for instance, with my best friend, Sarami. We met when we were 11 years old, troublemakers. We have wonderful memories that we recall. Unfortunate for our families. They're a little sick of our stories, but we certainly enjoy them. But those moments bring a smile and a happy memory when you have those. Laughter can be transformational. Laughter can reveal the true potency of who you are. You just need to reconnect with yourself and rediscover your own funny. Laughter boosts productivity. Having fun makes productivity increase. Yeah, that's right. I stuttered, which I will probably do even more times. Yeah, that's what you do, though. You lean into those mistakes. You don't ignore them and say, hey, they wouldn't notice that, but you did. And that's part of being real. And that laughter that we share together, that inspires people to become more successful. Humor is a great tool if you're a comedian, you're probably thinking, right? Yeah, it's great. That's what you do for a living. But no, in business, they all realize I'm hired by corporations all the time. They have me come in because they know that these are serious corporations. They know that people who loosen up are now inspired, they're more intrigued, and they're more successful. If you're stressed, what do you think the people around you are going to feel? Laughter raises the energy level, the vibration. It increases focus, alleviates stress during high pressure projects. It builds trust, longer and stronger relationships. Humor encourages thinking outside the box. How linear can you be when you're opened up? No, it's expanding your mind and your consciousness. Fun meetings tend to be more productive and more effective. Laughter in the workplace, humor creates more opportunities. Now, this isn't something I'm just coming up with. In a book called Humor in the Workplace, a Communication Challenge, they talk all about it, how managers displaying a good sense of humor are given more opportunities in organizations than those without a sense of humor. This is my friend, Johnny Damon. He's on the right. That's me on the left. It was years ago. Don't judge. And that's my son, who's now 24, Justin, in the middle. That's us at Fenway Park visiting Johnny. Johnny's an old friend of mine. And some of you might recall there was an 86-year drought of the Boston Red Sox. They hadn't won a World Series. And there are all these excuses. It was the curse of the Bambino. It was Bucky Dent, or Bill Buckner, as they would say. There was so much anger and stress going throughout. They would blame things like, they were trying to bring up Babe Ruth's piano that was in a lake, or they went to the Himalayas. They tried all these things to reverse this curse. Well, a curse is an energy. And the Boston fans are the only thing that are consistent is that energy. I mean, coaches change, managers change, players change, but that energy does not. So 2004, Johnny comes out with the team, and where I am here in California, and they're playing the Angels, and they killed the Angels. And my friend from Brockton, Massachusetts, Chuck, he goes, "Go get him, Johnny. I hate them Yankees." And then they didn't go get him. It's a best of 7 series, and they lost the first 3 games miserably. They looked terrible. I remember looking in the stands, and there they were. Here it goes again. Well, Chuck calls me. He says, "Hey, Shoemaker, get your left and healing crap working with your boy Damon. He can't hit the broadside of a barn." So I said, "You're right." Called up Johnny. I said, "Listen, you got my new DVD. I had a new special out. Play it for the clubhouse." And he did. They laughed their asses off. And game 4, the deciding game, they won. And no team has ever come back from being down 3 games to none in a 7-game series in the history of baseball. Well, they did. And on the 7th game in Yankee Stadium against those dreaded Yankees, Johnny had 7 RBIs and a grand slam. He hit the broadside of a barn. Then they went on to win the World Series against the Cardinals. And Johnny called my show the next day from a golf course in Boston. I said, "Johnny, what's the difference?" Because there's a lot of great teams. We had the most fun. Shift number 2. It's not about time or talent. Those are like the 2 myths. It's either put in a lot of time, or it's about you have to have talent. Listen, I wasn't born like this. I wasn't born with the talent of winning these awards as a great comedian. No, this had to happen because of the shifts. And I didn't have to spend 10,000 hours. There's the 10,000 hour myth. Put in 10,000 hours of concentrated time into something and you'll become an expert. That's from Malcolm Gladwell. I say Malcolm, great, sold a lot of books, BS. I have watched transformations from people I work with, and they go from being clunky or awkward in meetings or social settings to being confident, persuasive, and it happens in an instant. The difference lies in what's the energy behind what's being said. We're going to bust that talent myth. With humor, you can utilize laughter in all areas of your life, from presentation at work to getting a message across to your children. You don't need to be a born comedian or even be naturally funny. I can bring out that natural funny that you are, though. You get where people can relate to you, but you just need the willingness and the courage to flip your fears into a superpower. This is Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss, you might recognize, she owns the Los Angeles Lakers, a storied franchise in NBA history. She's the owner of the team and had a lot of trouble communicating. I mean, she has to do press conferences. There's a lot of pressure, and she felt it. I said, why don't you study with a comedian, a comedy course? And she went to Lisa Sunstead, a colleague of mine, and we helped her with some jokes. And she got up and she did stand up, and she broke free of all this stress and all these pressures. And I was so proud of her when it all manifested and they won the championship. A few years ago, there she was on national television accepting this trophy, the first female in NBA history to ever win a championship. And I was so proud of her. The grace and ease and the flow that she had, it was awesome to see. Shift number 3, throw out the phony. Be authentic. One of the challenges I face in teaching people how to break through these barriers and old habits is, I'm not good enough. I can't do it. It's for other people. And social media is the prime example. It's people using filter after filter. How ironic. They're all adjusting how they look so they could be accepted more by others. It's time to realize we are all good enough. We don't need filters. Adjust the narrative. Be the authentic you, not the fake you. And mostly, have fun doing it. Make fun of yourself. Be genuine. Be real and personable. Be real when you're talking to people. You don't need to embellish or hide who you are, or put out some image you want to project. No, you relieve some of the weight off your shoulders. If you ever be someone that you're not, that's just going to increase your pressure. You don't need to keep up with the Joneses. Find the humor in your past failures. Look at America's Home Videos. How long has that been on? It's all about failure. Every week, it's usually a guy gets hit in the groin. Ha, 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 give him 10 grand, the poor sucker. Here's a guy falling off a bike. We've all fallen. We've all rumbled, stumbled, fumbled, and crumbled. You lean into it. Talk about that with people. And then it has much less of a hold on you. Laughter is the shortest way to connect to people. It removes the obstacles that are in the way. It mitigates conflict. It eases insecurities. It takes away judgments. Keep in mind, we are here to be of service. I spent some years having panic attacks on stage. It was horrible, debilitating. I was sweating, and I'd grab onto the microphone stand like it was a death grip. And I thought to myself, well, what really is this? And I had another shift. Be of service to others. Before I go on stage or in any stressful situation, how can I be of service to them? I've had situations where this one fan, she came to my show an hour and a half after her mom passed away. She's like, well, what else am I going to do? My mom's not here. She went, she laughed, and we bonded through that laughter. But I was of service to her and anyone that's in pain or suffering in that audience. How can I get out of myself? It's selfless, not selfish. Become more confident and fulfilled. You need to make a shift, but you're going to need tools. I got your toolbox. These 5 major life shifts are your new tools. The best way to stop being phony is by accessing humility. This is John Dornbos. Talk about a humble cat. And what a life he's had. 11 years old, his father murdered his mother. And John went into grief, and he went into foster care. And he studied with a master magician to deal with his grief. He became a great magician, but he was also a football player. He sent fake tapes, wasn't even him, to universities. He got a full ride scholarship. It wasn't even based on him, to University of Texas, El Paso. But he went with his genuine energy flow. He became who he is. And he specialized in something called long snapping. He hikes the ball to the punter or the kicker. And he became a specialist to the point where 15 years in the NFL, all pro. But he kept up with his magic. And he would make people happy in the locker room. He didn't stay stuck in that misery or victimhood. He seized his opportunity and his obstacles and made the best of it, and he thrives. I became somewhat of a mentor for him years and years ago, and I have such an admiration for him, and he has an admiration for me as well. He's opened for me a number of times. I called Brian Gumbel with Real Sports. I said, hey, put this guy on. It's a great story. He's been on 4 or 5 times since. And then he was discovered, and he was on America's Got Talent. He came in 3rd place twice. He's a regular on there, regular on Ellen. And now he's a speaker, a sought-after speaker. And he has a book that's out, Life is Magic, and they're making a movie about it because his life is magic. How did he get there? Genuine energy flow. This dude is the real deal. Quick recap. You need 3 major life shifts that I've spoken about. Laughter is the best form of persuasion. It's not about time or talent. And throw out the phony. That's not all. I said 5. There's 2 more. Shift number 4, be vulnerable. This is something a lot of people, especially I'm from Philadelphia and I'm a guy, a little rough. They think that to be impactful or persuasive in a speech or whatever it is, you have to be intimidating. You can't be vulnerable. It shows weakness. Well, I'm going to tell you why and how. If you are a good communicator, you're going to be the best communicator available. You need to be available by being vulnerable. Admit your faults. They see them anyway. Trust me, where I'm from, they'll tell you where they are. Don't come from a place of arrogance. That's off-putting to people. Bring them in by being relatable. Share your faults. And vulnerability equals relatability. You break the ice with something that shows you don't need or want anything from them. You don't have to be so professional the whole time. Be real and raw and vulnerable. I'm telling you, you'll nail everything you do. That's your strength. That's your superpower. Heighten the stakes. Move out of your head and into your heart. Double down on it. That's what moves you through speech or communication is connection with self, your authentic self, and revealing it, your genuine energy flow. And it's not about memorizing. You know what the problem with memorizing is? You're worried about memorizing. Connect with the message. Be self-deprecating if you mess up, like I was earlier. Sometimes you might want to say, well, that was better when I rehearsed it in the mirror, or whatever comes to you. You find you're funny by exposing yourself. I know that sounded weird. Pull the curtain on yourself and show that we're all the wizard. We're all fake out there sometimes, and we all have fire and brimstone. We're pretending we're somebody else. I always relate to the Cowardly Lion also, king of the forest, but underneath I'm just a dandelion. Be you, be real. I have so many examples of being real, is like when I'm way up here and I take myself way down to here and it levels it all out. I was performing one time and my sister was there. It's a new sister, by the way. We didn't know one another until 7 years ago. It's my half sister and she's in Michigan. I said, come see me. And, here I am a week before I'm in Las Vegas, naming lights and marquees. And I get there, I'm playing a bowling alley in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The lights that were there were, it was a dry erase board that said comedy this way, tonight without the H. And I made fun of myself on that stage. And sure enough, we all had a great time. I was self-deprecating and talked about trying to get the jokes in between listening to Strike and bowling pins going down. Listen, bowlers can be a tough crowd. Be vulnerable. Examine your attachment to those past behaviors and feelings. Dig into it. Use laughter to shift out of those hardwired ideals. Access creative flow by unkinking the pipes. So what can you do now to get rid of anxiety and fears in your life? What can you do? Make a list of things you're attached to. Are you attached to past behaviors or habits or feelings? Now, once we break free of those old failures, then fears, doubts, worries diminish. Use laughter to shift and recondition yourself, reprogram yourself with joy, light, levity, love, laughter. This is Tony Luke, old friend of mine from Philadelphia. You might recognize his name. He has sandwich shops all over, even in Bahrain, but mostly Philadelphia. That's where they're from, and amazing sandwiches. He even beat Bobby Flay in a contest. Tony Luke is a wonderful guy, a very, very good friend, and he went through a rough go. His son died of a drug overdose, heroin overdose. And I've never seen anyone go into such darkness and despair as Tony. I was really worried for his life. He gained 100 pounds. He wouldn't come out. And I called him up one day on inspiration using this, because I know that laughter works. I said, Tony, why don't you try being a comedian? I mean, not as a living, but just try. He goes, what are you talking about? I can't be a comedian. I make sandwiches. I make cheesesteaks. I said, Tony, no, I can bring it out of you. I would call him and we worked on his material, true material about him. And then he did it. He opened for me at the Helium Comedy Club in Philadelphia. I've never seen a better debut in my life. And he lit up. I watched him light up, and all that grief went away, and all that pain and suffering and anxiety was lifted into the light. He ended up opening for me at the Hard Rock Casino in Atlantic City and the Borgata Casino. Who knew? Tony Luke's cheesesteaks, and here he was on stage. And now, by the way, to note, he's a singer-songwriter. He's signed to a deal, because nothing is in a box for anyone who's in that creative, genuine energy flow. Shift number 5, invest in guidance. I sure wish I had, instead of, I went through a lot of failure in my life and my career because I was not guided by anyone. I was cocky, and that's not the way to go. And there's a lot of failure that's attached to that. You can't go it alone. Investing in guidance is the fastest way to live the life you want and deserve. One of my clients, I hate the word client, by the way, but for lack of another term, I see people one-on-one. I love it too. I'm watching their transformations. One of them, Rochelle, I said, here's what I do, Rochelle. I'm kind of your guide. I'm your Sherpa. So I will take you up these mountains. I'm not going to take you up bodily take you up, but I will guide you. I'll show you where some of the crevices are, some of the warnings and things. So she calls me Sherps. I know this territory. I've been down it, been down the mountain, up the mountain, between the mountain. So I want to make this life count, but not only for me, but for you. Our Winning with Humor community is a safe place. It's a movement. We have created a movement. We already started it, and I want you to be a part of it, because we're going to encourage and support and guide you as well. I'll be your Sherpa. Call me Sherps. So this is about the shift, and I'm here to make that shift happens like I've done for so many others. You can be a part of this. Invest in guidance. Explore your hidden fears. Hidden fears are hidden from you because they don't want you to see them. That's why it pays to have a guide to help you find those blind spots, help you get rid of those obstacles. Dig deep in your genuine funny. Find your genuine funny and discover it for yourself, or rediscover it. Really, we started off as happy-go-lucky kids, and then they started saying, get in line. Well, we're about getting into alignment and getting into that deep, authentic space. It used to be impossible, but now I'm here for you in that guidance. We're going to accelerate that growth and success. You invest in yourself and have guidance, your growth in all areas will be accelerated. This is Kent Griswold. Does the name Griswold sound familiar? I've known Kent my whole life. He's so smart. I used to cheat off him. He's a lefty. I remember sitting on his right side in school, grade school. If you recognize the name Griswold, this is what happened. He went to Harvard, and Harvard Lampoon writers, and they were writing a movie called Vacation. And he was called Clark Kent because he had glasses. So the name Clark Griswold that you see in vacation movies, that's all. He was the muse. So Kent approached me after a show a few years ago, and he gave me a show that he had recorded. It was a business show on television. It was, I don't mind saying, it was awful. It was stiff. It was staid. It was just so calculated. There was no heart to it. I said, Kent, look, there's something here, because this is wonderful that you have the mission of helping people. He's a really successful entrepreneur, mega. And I said, let's get this word out there. I'm going to reskin this thing. So now called Wolfpack. I produced it with him, created it with him, and he's the star of it. And he started off pretty stiff, and we loosened him up. And now he's in genuine energy flow. He took the teachings and he exercises them. And what you see on television is not what started off when it was called Biz Show. You never would have watched that show. And this is on Amazon now, and it has 5-star ratings. I hope you watch it, by the way. It's called Wolfpack with just a C. And I'm in it with him, and we're having fun. So he now confidently delivers his message. And he's transformed from dud to stud. He wouldn't like me calling him a stud, but anyway, let's review. Are you still with me? I know it's tough sometimes to get through these things. I get to the point. I know when I watch the golf videos really late at night, I go, come on, come on, come on. All right, I'm in. I want the swing. And how much? What's this really about? Well, today I promise that by the end of our time together, you're going to see how living a fulfilled and positive life you always desired can become a reality. All you need to win are the 5 major life shifts. One is laughter is the best form of persuasion, that busting that talent myth, 10,000 hour talent myth. It's a myth. Throw out the phony, be vulnerable, and invest in guidance. Those are the 5. So what's next after the 5 major life shifts? There's only so much I can teach you in 30 minutes. So take the complete shift. You're going to need deep, deep, fun dive into the 8 foundation principles. So get ready to experience the life-changing force of Team Shu. We have been hard at work creating this whole course, creating a revolutionary course with a daily routine that's going to change your bad habits into good habits and make a positive difference in not only your life, but everyone around you. This is all about introducing this. We've been developing it for a while. It started off with a course that I did called Enlightened Up. This is up-leveled, and it's called Winning with Humor, the course. So if through the last 30 minutes, if it was impactful to you, well, wait till we spend 8 weeks together. That's what we have for you. Here's a glimpse of what you're going to get by going through the Winning with Humor course. One is success will be inevitable. So just get ready. You're going to learn tools and solutions to equip yourself in everyday challenges of life. Confidence is the key to life. So here it's hard to have sometimes. So we're going to make that happen. We're going to unlock that and unlock your true potential. We're going to go after all of your goals and then some. You'll learn how to stay sharp and motivated on top of your game. You're going to set goals. But now it's going to be essential to staying with the shifts and having that power to make your life filled with more purpose, more meaning, more joy. At the end of our 8 weeks together, we're going to host a graduation ceremony filled with fun and prizes and awards. No Oscars. I don't want to be slapped. That was awful, wasn't it? Will Smith slapping a comedian. Comedians and comedy and laughter should be encouraged. We need more of it, not less of it. And I'm inviting you into this community of laughter. If you have any questions about anything I've covered here today, it's easy. Team Shu has the answers. Sometimes it'll just be me. Write to me directly, Craig@CraigShoemaker.com. Put question in the subject line. Now, how can you access this Winning with Humor course? I'm so happy you asked. Here's our lovely, no, that's just a picture of somebody I never met. But we do have people standing by, probably not with one of those headsets, but they are ready for you. Just go to commandtheroom.net/winning with humor. And all the information about the course, what you can expect, frequently asked questions, it's all waiting for you now. Doors are open. Come on in. If you have any questions you need answered, again, Craig@CraigShoemaker.com. Now the doors close at, oh, there's an X there. Oh, the doors are not closing. There I am with an old school telephone. Oh, a lot of people reaching out. This is new news to me. I have to read it. Well, you missed that masterclass because of work, etc. Well, I want everybody to have this information. I want everybody to succeed in life. And I want to grow this movement huge. All right. So we made an executive decision, keeping the doors open until 11:59 p.m. Tuesday. That's Pacific time, by the way, January 31st. Do the math on the East Coast. So come on in. All right. And we're going to have to close them. And we're going to go live February 2nd with our new founding members to walk through what can be expected, the schedule, you name it. Again, if any questions, Craig@CraigShoemaker.com. So if you know in your heart of hearts that you're meant for and destined to have more success, more love, more opportunities, more joy, more fulfillment, more connection with others, then Winning with Humor is 100% the course for you. It's unique. There's no other course like it and no other teacher like this. Some of you might be thinking, all right, Shu, that sounds great. How much? I know that's where I always go. You know what I do is a lot of these things, I'll listen and get everything I can. I take notes. I go, oh, I got that for free. Well, it's not. Winning with Humor is a course valued at $6,400. But wait, that's not what it's going to cost you. We will be selling it for $24.97, but the next time our doors open, you realize isn't until June 2023. All right, June. So why wait till June? Do it now. But since this is the first time introducing our course, Winning with Humor, you get to join our maiden voyage of Winning with Humor, the course, and forever hold the title of Winning with Humor founding member. You'll be able to take advantage of this. It's never going to be offered again, this price. My business manager says, don't do it, but we all got together. We said, yes, we want lots of people, especially in this maiden voyage. It'll be something special for all of us. So for only $1,197, you'll pay in full, or 4 monthly payments of only $375, or break it down to 4 monthly payments, $199. Sounding cheaper by the second. My one-on-one coaching clients, which I have quite a few, they pay me up to $1,000 an hour. Now, I've also been paid up to $75,000 for a speech and speaking gigs, and there's 90 minutes long. But here, I'm going to be side by side with you, walking you through each of the 8 foundation principles. Each and every week, I'll be answering your questions live every week. You and me. So no, I'm not going to charge you $1,000 an hour. Here's what you get. 8 weeks of togetherness. That's priceless. I'm going to have you walk through these foundation principles with me. I'll be hosting Q&A sessions, lifetime access to the 8 principles. We have live weekly breaking down sessions of all the principles. You'll be a founding member, which entitles you to have lifetime access to all of this. All of this with a certificate of completion, a party, a graduation party, and you're going to save $700 if you start now. And the price is going to increase the next time. Now, here's the major announcement. Before I tell you about this, let me show you this quick video just to let you see that this is not something that's brand new, because it's been developed. And I've had these clients, I don't like the word clients, these associates, these friends, they become friends. They're near and dear to me, especially watching their transformation. And here they are.
Thank you for all that you do and continue to do with our consulting calls on how to incorporate humor into my presentation and in my personal life.
What I've learned is tell your truth, be yourself.
I'm a psychologist who uses humor in my day job. The first few that I've had have truly exceeded expectations. Just to give strategies and inspiration for life.
Craig has really recalibrated me. He's taught me how to write again simply by being present in the work. His Laughter Heals formula is incredible.
I feel like I'm just growing, and all of that is coming out in my, performances, and my writing is more condensed.
I've learned so much from you and continue to learn so much. You make it so simple.
God bless, guys. And don't forget to go out there and make somebody laugh, because if you don't know, now you know. Laughter heals.
There were some people that weren't in that video, like Brian Ogletree. He is a confessed bore and stiff. He's in the real estate business out of Ohio. He doesn't mind me saying that, because he's transformed into someone that had a comedy festival last year. He's having another one, and he ran for the presidency of the Shriners, his local Shriners, and he made them laugh. I love getting that call when he said he made this whole crowd laugh as never before. And he won the presidency. I believe it was like 94-4 was the vote. Things like that really light me up. And I want that to happen with you. What did they all have in common? Everyone you saw there, they're all coached one-on-one by me. And the results are miraculous and priceless. My average rate is $1,000 an hour. So what if I told you I'm going to give you free 30 minutes, one-on-one session with me? It's like a $500 value. Now, how do you cash in on this free session? Glad you asked. Simply join my new Winning with Humor, the course, for the pay in full option, and a member of Team Shu will reach out to you and schedule your 30-minute session, free session with me. It'll be recorded so you can review it over and over again. Whatever it is, it's all going to become part of your DNA eventually. That's how we work together. Now, if you'd like to take advantage of the flex pay option, you'll receive access to the free VIP workshop. This will be recorded also, so you can review it many, many times. We'll be digging deep and solving many of those life and career issues, all in this workshop. Now, the value of the VIP workshop is $750. Now, if you'd like to take advantage of the ultimate flex pay option, you can get started for only $199. That's not $1.99. It's $199. Here's all the options. You get bonuses. Here's what you get. This is a good value. This is the best value option. Check that out. And we also have the flex pay option, more savings. And we have the ultimate flex pay option with savings. And here's what you receive. Look at that. That's a lot of value that you are going to invest in yourself. Invest in coaching, invest in that mentorship, invest in reflection back to you so you can be the best you can possibly be in all of your affairs. Now, let me give you a recap. You're going to contact commandtheroom.net/winning-with-humor. All the information about the course, everything will be answered there. The doors are now open. If you have any questions, get them answered by me. Put question in the subject line, Craig@craigshoemaker.com. The doors close very, very soon on the 31st. And that's it until June. So here's your chance. We're going to have fun together. We're going to laugh. Just run. Run like these horses. I guess they're running. Gallop, trot, whatever you need to do. Just join us. Be honest with yourself. If you know in your heart of hearts that you're meant for more in your life, more success, more opportunities, more joy, more fulfillment, then Winning with Humor is 100% the course for you. You're going to leave people with fun. They don't care about your numbers and your algorithms. They care how you made them feel. And here's the part that makes me feel a little, you get a money back guarantee. 100% money get back. Listen, I have challenged these courses and things before, and I go, I'm going to show them. I'll take this and I'll get everything for free because I'm going to tell them it stunk. Well, if you feel that way, you're going to get your money back. That's a pretty cool guarantee. So why not now? Why not leap on in? I want to thank you for being with me today. And here's what it's all about for me. Look at the joy in those kids' faces. Those are my children now on the Jersey Shore. We have so many laughs and so much winning with humor. We win. They're a delight in my life. And I didn't have the best life growing up. And now I get to give that to them. And now you get to give it to anyone you're surrounded by. You get to be your best, fun, light-filled self, filled with love, levity, light, and laughter. So this is a great decision for you. It's an easy decision. Get a money-back guarantee. It's not that much. I know that a lot of us are having a difficult time with finances. Well, this is something that's going to be so expansive for you. Watch how much money you make from being your best self. So I want you to be a founding member. Join us in this maiden voyage. Be part of this journey, this expedition into yourself, into others. You're going to spread this joy throughout the world. How cool is that? I hope to see you soon. And bye-bye from Los Angeles. And we're going to go have some fun.